This is Wendy Cottrell with LuLaRoe Wendy Cottrell, and I am here to give you my 2-month update on selling LuLaRoe. I missed the 1-month update, so I'm going to give you my 1-month numbers and my 2-month numbers. And it's actually almost closer to 3 months since I've been selling, but it took me this long to get my bookwork in order, which is hilarious to me because I was a CPA before I was a mom, and so I thought bookkeeping would be my most favorite thing to keep up on that, and it just kind of got overwhelming, and I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and putting it off is not a good plan. So if you are in the queue and you don't have a plan for your bookwork yet, get one and stay on top of it. You really, really need to know if your payments are going into your account, if all of your paid invoices are flowing into payments, and if those payments are in turn flowing into your bank account. And you're not going to know that unless you have a bookkeeping system in place. You're also not going to know how much money you're spending, how much money you're making, unless you have a bookkeeping system in place. So that is my plug for the accountants. Please, please, please don't have a shoebox, because guess what? CPAs get paid by the hour, and if you bring in a shoebox, it's going to cost you $1,000 to have your tax return prepared. If you have really good books from the get-go, you can, spend a lot less than that, like $300 or less probably. So get your books in order. Meet with a CPA. If you aren't one or you don't know one, find one and meet with them. And it is an expense, but it's nothing compared to what the expense will be if you just bring them a shoebox full of stuff. Okay, so on to my numbers. I started selling on May 11th. So month 1, May 11th to June 10th, my total sales were $6,530. And I do charge for shipping, so $265 of that was shipping charges, but I spent $443, so I'm not charging more than I'm spending, if that makes sense. I wanted to charge something because it is a big expense, but I didn't want it to be more than the actual cost. So in my first month, my total profit or my net income was $1,286.47. In my first month, I was in the black. Who starts a business that you know that isn't LuLaRoe and is in the black the first month that they sell, that they open their business? Nobody. It's amazing. Okay, so during the first month, I had 1 in-person pop-up and I had 1 in-person open house. They were both good learning experiences. I didn't have a ton of sales at either one, but they were great to learn from. And I really enjoyed it. And I will say that in-person pop-ups, make sure you have like a raincoat or a rain poncho or something like that. I live in Baton Rouge and it rains a lot here. And my first in-person pop-up, it was pouring the entire time. And the pop-up was on a 2nd floor apartment, so it's not like I was parking in somebody's garage and walking into their house. I had to walk through a parking lot and up the stairs, all uncovered, with no raincoat. There's no point in using an umbrella, obviously, because you're carrying all the clothes. So I was completely soaked. I had brought a change of clothes, but I needed to dry my hair, I needed a flat iron, I needed everything, and I didn't have that. So I looked like a wet rat, basically. It was not cute. So word of advice, if you're doing in-person pop-ups, bring a complete change of clothes, including undergarments, and get yourself a rain poncho or a raincoat or something, so that if it's raining really hard, that you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so, and then my first open house, I had a Facebook event. I sent invitations to all my neighbors in the mail, everyone in my subdivision, pretty much. I emailed everybody that I knew basically locally, and only 2 people came. And I don't know if that's just because it was summer or because, I'm not sure why. So I tried again the 2nd month and had about the same results. So I need to do something differently, and I'm not sure what that is yet. Okay, so for my 2nd month of selling, I had 3 in-person pop-ups. and my second one was amazing. I sold 45 pieces at this pop-up and booked 2 parties. The line to check out was insane. Like, I couldn't even help anybody shop because I was checking people out. And the people that booked parties approached me. I did not ask anyone at the party if they wanted to book a party. They just said, I want to have a party. So that was awesome. So for month 2, my total sales were $8,584, and my net income was $3,483. So in my first 2 months of selling, my total profit or net income was $4,769 in 2 months. That's profit. That's money in my pocket. Well, it's not in my pocket because I've been reinvesting everything in inventory, but it would be money in my pocket. And with that said, I have been focusing on building my inventory because I know that with more selection, I'm going to have better sales. So when I onboarded, I got 40 Perfect Tees for free, and I also got 40 Maxis in place of something that was out of stock, and I can't even remember what it was right now. So that's not enough of each size. You want to have 8 to 10 at minimum in each size of each style. So I've spent this first 2 months building up so that I have 8 to 10 unique prints in each size of each style. It is very important to do this. I cannot stress this enough. Do not go and add more styles if you're not deep enough in what you already have. So I got my Maxis and my Perfects up to where they need to be, and got the rest of my other styles up to where they need to be. Cassie, Nicole, Lindsay, Irma, and Kids Azures. And I have those all to where I want to be. I've added leggings. I'm pretty close to the sweet spot of number of pairs of leggings that you want to have. And I've also added Julia's, and I'm pretty close to where I need to be on those. And they just launched Carly, and I am super in love with Carly. So Carly is coming, and I'm also working on adding Madison's right now. So I've been ordering, one in each size of Madison when I place an order, and I'm just stashing them away. My customers don't know about it. You don't want to launch a new style until you have at least 5 unique prints in each size. And even then, it's not going to be a great launch. So that's something I did for an in-person customer, a hostess of mine that's a teacher, and she was really excited about Madison. So that's why I've added those. And I wouldn't normally add something just because a hostess wanted me to. It's something I did want to add, and I just probably chose that first because the hostess wanted that. Yeah, and I have a list of everything that I want to add. I want to add more kids stuff, so I'm debating about which kids item to add next, if I want to do Gracie or if I want to do the new May dress, because those are really cute. And I have lots of pop-ups scheduled, so in the next 10 days I have like 4 pop-ups scheduled. So next week's going to be really crazy, but it's going to be crazy in a good way. And my inventory has gotten to a point where I cannot put it all in my SUV without taking one of my kids' car seats out. So it's a lot. Like 600 plus pieces of inventory is a lot. I would love to be able to have a Lula truck someday. One of my goals. So let's see, what else? I have one Lula baby, and she is about to onboard in the next week or so. So that's really exciting. She's local, and she's a friend of mine, and I just love her, and I know she's just going to rock this business, and I'm so proud of her. So I am building a team, and if you are looking for a sponsor, I would love to talk to you. It's really important to find somebody that you really gel with, and something that I can offer, as a sponsor is my accounting background, is my business background. So I can help you set up all your bookkeeping system. I can answer all those questions for you. So if it's not your thing, then don't worry about it, because I can help you with that as a sponsor. And I think that's it. I know there's been lots of other things that I want to talk about, but I'm getting close to 10 minutes, and I don't want to go over that because I know I get super disinterested at the 10-minute mark. So that is my 2-month update, and I will do a 3-month update because I am more on top of my bookwork now, and so I will be easily able to get my 3-month numbers. So again, if you have any questions, for me or about the business, I am LuLaRoe Wendy Cottrell at gmail.com, and you can find me on Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, and Pinterest, LuLaRoe Wendy Cottrell. Bye, guys.